Oh my, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. I get goosebumps when I talk about these special moments, you know? Kicked my ass for real the most. I love getting beat up though. I do. I got these granny panties for tonight. I'm like, I love it. Becky Lynch and I kind of like had a little buzz going there. She's a brat. Head so hard, it broke my damn shoe. I don't even know why I had that twang suddenly. I don't know what.
Welcome everyone to Ring the Belle. This is DS and we are here. The legendary, the greatest women's wrestler of all time, and the Thesz Awards recipient.
Yes.
Trish Stratus.
Yes!
Oh my god.
We're reunited at this point, really.
Right, yeah.
Somebody's asking right now.
I don't know.
There's a phone call. Listen to who's answering.
Who's answering?
Oh my god, ready? But one-on-one, little chat, you know, wearing this Trish Stratus, you know,
it's hot in here.
It's the material. It's actually, or it could be you looking so hot in that outfit as well.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
So
No, thank you, really.
We are here at Dan Gable Museum for the George Tragos and Thesz Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame when you got inducted this year.
I know, I'm so excited. Finally, and you know what, 2020 was the actual supposed to be the year, and then COVID hit. And so now we're finally here through all of that. 2 years later, people have been waiting with their autograph things, and you too as well for the big interview. It's been 2 years in the making. Here we are.
So I thought this would be a really great opportunity to do top 5 moments of Trish Stratus.
Yeah.
But here's a catch.
Oh, okay.
You have too many legendary moments.
I do, really.
Where it's like
I really
for women's wrestling fans, it's like Bible. We watch it, talk about it every day.
Yeah.
So I wanted to freshen up a little bit.
Okay.
So we did instead top 5 underrated Trish Stratus moments.
I like this.
Yes.
I like this. Good. I'll
So-
probably be surprised today then.
If you're waiting for Trish versus Lita 2004, Mickie James, WrestleMania. Sorry.
We're not talking about that today. It's not happening. Everybody's talking about it, so therefore we're not going to talk about it.
So let's start from the first moment.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah. Yes, I'm so excited about this. Okay.
Trish and Mr. McMahon's relationship.
Oh, I just signed. So someone had like a card that they had printed out, and it was that from this match. Oh. And I was like, and I said the exact same thing. I said, this is one of those underrated, not talked about matches that was. I mean, I'm going to let you say it. How was it?
This was not a match. This was a battle. This was a war.
It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable.
Stratusfying
as well.
It is you versus Stephanie McMahon. No Way Out 2001.
Oh, sorry. Wow, we're not in sync today.
What was your experience working with Stephanie McMahon here?
Well, so we were both new. We weren't. You wouldn't say those two are wrestlers at that point, right?
Yeah.
And we had an amazing storyline bringing us into it. Right? It was intense. It was the fans were into it. Like just to find good guy, bad guy roles. You know what I mean? Which really helps and drives the storyline. And then so we knew we had this opportunity to have this pay-per-view match, and we were so excited because we knew that at this point women weren't getting a spot on the card necessarily. Right. So we had not only the great storyline going in, but it was with Stephanie McMahon, and we knew Vince, our daddy, was watching, you know, and he was there, orchestrating the storyline and just a big part of it, right? So this was a big opportunity for us, and man, it gives me such good memories because we were like, we knew for us, we're like, we got to do this together. People think we're shit in the ring. They do. Some did.
We'll talk about shit a little bit later.
Yeah,
but
we will. Oh. We're going to talk about that? I don't even know what you're talking about. We don't want to turn this into a shitty interview. So anyway, we just went out there and it was great because I'll give you some inside information. So we had some ring help, right? So Regal was helping us and we got to the ring early and we did some stuff and then Triple H was working with us.
Oh.
Now at the time I thought, I can't believe someone like Triple H, this main event guy is helping these two girls do this match. Little did I know. They were not official at the time.
Well.
Now I understand why he was helping his girl out. But anyway, and I'm not me being the girl. It was his girl. Anyway, it was amazing. So he gave us some great input and really just, and let us step outside the box a bit and be like, outside our comfort zone, but reminding us like, this is a fight. And so we really, the whole match was driven by emotion and by what the character at the moment was going through. And that's why it came across so intense and vicious. And you knew we were just fighting and beating the shit out of each other.
Right. This was obviously leading into a triumphant moment at WrestleMania 17 when you slapped Vince McMahon.
Yes.
And there are things that happen in between that storyline that a lot of people still to this day talk about.
I see where you're going.
Woof,
yes.
woof. But I heard you talk about how you thought it was essential moment for your character building.
Yeah. No, and I have no problem talking about it. And everyone kind of brings it up like, Like almost like, no, and I don't mean it like this. They make it like, oh my God, I don't want to bring this up to you. I know it's a really bad moment for you. Like, no, it wasn't a bad moment for me. It was a great moment for me and for my character.
Yeah.
It was something that Vince and I discussed. We knew we were doing that. We worked towards it. We knew that like at this point, Trish Stratus was a hated heel, right? Like, so we had to figure out a way to like get the fans to sympathize with me. Why would you sympathize with me at that point? So it really was like that character needed to go to her lowest low for fans to sort of sympathize with me, but also for me as a character, I needed that, that switch to make me say, okay, no, I'm not going to take this anymore. I'm going to stand up on my own. I don't need you. This is the lowest I've ever been, and I'm going to go and show and prove that I don't need no man in my life, kind of thing. And that's how the WrestleMania 17 moment. We knew that was the payoff at the end. So
Stephanie McMahon, who inducted you into WWE Hall of Fame, is now a chairwoman of WWE. What's your thought on that?
I mean, she is amazing. She's a woman. She's a powerful woman, and she should be a woman in power. And it's really good. I think it's going to do great things for the company. And she's left her mark in so many ways. I mean, obviously we've seen here between her and I in our match, she had a leadership role there. And then, look at what she did when she sort of when we made the switch of the women's division and sort of, leading we say revolution or evolution, or what do we say first? There's I think we say revolution first. Now it's an evolution. She, led the charge with that, with her vision really of what the women could do. And so to see her, I think it's going to benefit more people, not just the women. She has obviously a good overall view of the big picture. And I think it's going to be a really good time.
Let's move to the second moment.
Okay.
And it's going to be a kind of a curveball. So this is obviously legendary Chicago street fight match.
Yes.
But we're talking about what happened after.
Yes.
Trish, no!
Yes, they were captivated by this moment.
Yeah.
She whooped your ass.
Yeah, she did. And this one here, the boys came up to me and said that, oh my, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it, or is the fan, I'm not sure, but I get goosebumps when I talk about these special moments, Yeah, Jazz was just, wow, she... so blessed to work with her. She really, especially at that point in my career, is what I needed to just take me, just to flip the corner on what I was working on. And she was such a vicious character, and just me being the, coming from behind and being the underdog, it was really special and it really meant a lot. This moment here when she came and really, it was like, it started the relationship that we had on screen, right?
Yeah.
We really established what she was about. And then I was it established that I was in jeopardy. And then it was for me to just turn it around and be like, no, and get my comeuppance every week and try and get it back. So this is huge. Yeah, I love it.
Babyface Trish Stratus.
Yes.
Everyone liked to beat you up. So all the way from Molly, Holly, Victoria, Jacqueline, Jazz.
I love getting beat up though. I do. I love selling. I love it. And I have great pride in the movements of my body during a sell. Does that make sense?
Who would you say
kicked my ass the most? The best? I don't know. Probably Jazz.
Oh.
Yeah, probably Jazz. Yeah, it was a whole nother level with her. She was, as a character, what we did on screen together. Because Jacqueline kicked my ass for real the most.
Okay.
I was like, okay, I'm new, I get it. She was amazing too, by the way. I learned a lot from Jackie as well. But Jazz, I think on screen, I think that was the most you really felt for Trish Stratus and you wanted her to, come from behind kind of thing.
How about Molly Holly paddle on your head?
Oh yeah, that was nice. I loved working. We had such great moments. That she was so good about with the whole junk in the trunk thing and
the king of the ring.
She was so she was game. She's like, oh my God. She'd come into a live event. She'd have I got these granny panties for tonight. I'm like, I love it. And so we were just trying to make that moment knowing how great it was. And we could just let's just go with it. If we're going to go there, let's just go with it, So, and she was, and I say this all the time, but she was integral to really just me having a lot of confidence and knowing that I could do this. We worked together. She's like, you could do this. She encouraged me. She would take the time. We would meet on our off days and go to the ring somewhere.
Wow.
Yeah. She gave me that time on her own time. And she would say okay, let's try this. No one would expect this from you. And she would do that for me. And that allowed me to go, okay, yeah, because there was a lot of times where in the beginning, it was the funny thing, we'd be at the airport, people were like, are you a wrestler? And I wouldn't say yes, because I felt like I didn't deserve it, even though I was wrestling.
Okay.
But it was almost I didn't want the boys to hear me saying, yeah, I'm a wrestler, and them going, you're not a wrestler. Who do you think you are? And even though I'm doing the same road schedule as them, I was working every weekend. I was having matches, but it just felt I don't know, it took me a long time to be I'm a worker. Yeah, because it's respectful of the business, and do I deserve to be called a wrestler? I mean, I didn't come up the traditional way. I didn't come up, in the minor leagues, or so to speak, the indies and stuff, right?
Your initiation to Layla was real.
Yeah, right.
So if you think that you can just win some little contest and come in here and call yourself a WWE diva? Well, guess what?
It came from a true spot.
As a babyface, you were the most beloved babyface of all time, I feel like. But there was one time crowd turned on babyface Trish Stratus.
Yes.
WrestleMania 22.
Yes.
A lot of these fans it seem like they're actually identifying with Mickey James.
They started cheering Mickey James.
Yeah, okay, but let's just talk about why. Do you think they turned on Trish Stratus? Or do they turn on Trish Stratus not wanting to move forward with the action that Mickey James wanted to move forward with? I ask you this.
They said gay rights.
Right? Okay, you know what I'm saying? So that's just something to think about, which was a thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. So I'm just saying. Anyway, I love that moment. You know, someone said, but they turned on you. Did I hate that? No. Oh my God. They're so into what we're doing. I don't care. Booing, cheering. I don't care what they're doing. It's the decibel of sound that I'm hearing based reaction based on what we're doing. And it was music to my ears.
You know, I got so many questions on this, so I have to ask.
Yeah.
Backlash when you got injured.
Yeah.
What was your original plan to the storyline in the match?
I can't tell you that because we might still go back to it.
Oh.
No,
I mean, she's kind of doing it with Chelsea.
Yeah, I know.
An Impact.
You want me to go there? What do you want to do? What am I doing? You want me to go to Chelsea's storyline? Is Mickey's storyline?
Beat up Chelsea Green.
Beat up Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green. Look out.
Let's go to the third moment, and it is.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Because you're no champion, sweetie.
The Playboy cover segment.
Yes.
So iconic.
It is, isn't it? So it's funny because I said into the back, I was like, I'm going to, because I was, first of all, there was a bit of a running thing. I was like, what? So what's with the champion here? What do we, and this is internally to the girls. Not that we're being dicks, but we are kind of being like I'm just not champion. You know what I'm saying? So when we were talking about the promo, I mentioned, and like, no, don't, because they don't want to make it like I was good for the magazine people. They don't want to make them unhappy.
Oh, got it.
So I was like, no, I'm sorry. There's sometimes you just have to do a moment. And I felt like it was a good moment. So I did.
And your heel broke.
It did. Talk about a serious heel moment.
Your head is so hard, it broke my darn shoe, girl.
And then these words just came in my mouth. I'm like, your head's so hard, it broke my damn shoe. I don't even know why I had that twang suddenly. I don't know what happened. But it was more like me being nervous, like, holy shit, my shoe just broke. I hope. And I knew it was like a really big, so it was like I was literally going to be like, yeah, and step down like this. Because like, anyway.
Trish fans love heel Trish because this was the most quotable era of Trish Stratus.
It was.
All the way from, I don't care if it's Britney frickin' Spears. Nobody's gonna steal my spotlight.
I don't care if you're Britney frickin' Spears. Nobody is gonna steal my spotlight. Okay?
2.
Yes.
Open your heart.
Just like you opened your legs.
Open your heart. Just like you opened your legs.
Who came up with all these lines?
Yeah, I mean, I think those lines that resonate when someone said, usually they come from a true place, right? Not that I would say that,
like, yes.
But it's like I knew I was very, aware of my character and what she, how she was, and so these things just came naturally to me, like because she was that's how she was, that Trish at the time.
This is not top 5, but a lot of people talked about this creative moment because you were so creative as a heel.
You and I will be facing each other. I mean, when I'm ready.
Oh my God!
You beating Nidia in 5 seconds with the cast.
Yeah.
Genius.
I mean, you got it. Why not use it? Right?
I love it.
This is my legit. Let's see this thumb. Look how weird it is.
Oh.
Ooh.
Is it from this?
Yeah. That was. I actually had dislocated my thumb at the time.
I love it.
And so that's why I was wearing that. It was literally, Oh wait, I'm lying. That's the wrong hand. Oh, it's my knuckle. My missing knuckle. Missing knuckle.
Yeah. Oh.
There's no knuckle there.
Yes.
So that's why I was wearing that cast at the time. But still got to work. Still got to go to work, guys.
I have to talk about your heel era. Your fashion was on point.
Thank you.
What would you say was your favorite look?
Oh, that's so hard. Oh my gosh. I was working with a stylist at that point. Her name's Maddie. Yeah, Maddie Styles. And it was fun. Actually, I started working there before a heel thing, but there was a real defined heel look, I think. I was very aware of like what Trish would wear. I don't know. What do you think? Like, refresh me. Let me see.
I love your WrestleMania 21 look, the Hollywood inspired one.
Yeah, that was cool. The gangster look. That was like the gangster.
So good.
Yeah, the little suspenders, the hat.
What's the one in your Funko Pop? The exclusive exclusive one?
It's actually from a moment. Yeah, I don't remember which one though exactly.
Okay.
I can't remember which one, but I think there's just that era. Like I was wearing like the pinks and the black and like the same like the crop tops and
Love it. So many good looks.
Yeah, so many good looks.
So
many good looks. Yeah.
Can't pick one.
Did I like my favorite?
Yeah.
I think maybe their Gangster WrestleMania maybe.
That was good.
Yeah, it was a good look.
Yeah.
I liked it.
The next moment.
Yes.
It is.
That runs around with Trish. Oh, what's this? Here we go. Oh, man. You don't know that. Girl. There you go. It's not going up top.
Survivor Series. You versus Melina.
Oh, it was funny. I was just going to talk about this outfit actually. I think that was a good outfit too.
I love it.
This was really good. And honestly, Melina, I love her to death. She's so good. Talk about underrated, right? And actually, a lot of people, like, they'll come to me out of nowhere and we'll mention this match because it's like, no one talks about it. It's not really talked about. And it was just because good storyline, these guys were great characters. And Melina, like, she's the epitome of, like, for me too, I felt like why I made a good transition from heel to wrestler. Same with her. Because when you're a valet, you get the chance to, like, you have an up close, look at what happens in the ring. You see the reactions, you see what evokes an emotion, you can see this sort of thing. So she was just really great when she made the crossover. That's why it really worked. Such a strong character too, right? So to work with it was great. We were so happy. Now, honestly, I would have loved if it actually spun off and continued. It would have been great. But we just dabbled that one a little time, just a little touch of us.
You started working here more with the newer divas, so like Ashley Massaro, Melina here, and then Candice Michelle. How was it like working with more of a newer divas as a change? Because before you were working with more veteran, experienced ones.
Yeah, it was good. I just know when I came back from the back injury was when it was a switch over to who we were working with, a different landscape of people at that point. It was good. Honestly, everyone, and someone from Candice Michelle seeing something that I was years before, that eager, wanting to prove yourself. And so knowing every moment counts out there and knowing like we have such limited time as women in the ring. And so we want to make sure that those moments were super special. I would always say, let's make sure we find that moment, that from this whole segment, they'll take that moment away, or from the whole night even, of all the matches, take that one moment away.
So after you retired in 2006, a lot of people thought, and even WWE actually said it in their documentary, that it was a dark era of women's wrestling. What was your thought after leaving, seeing that happen to women's division?
Sorry, I had to leave. Now it's shit. No, I didn't cut. Yeah, I don't know, they just dropped the focus, I guess, but it was Lita had left, and all of us. So the main characters were, and they were just, I don't know, they stopped focus. That's what happened, and I guess, and I'm not sure why that happened, but I was from afar watching, and it's like, we had done such a good job of building everything up. But it takes more than just, the women were obviously eager to do what they wanted to do. You had Candice Michelle and everyone, she was doing great stuff in the ring as well. Nadia and Beth were doing the
Divas of Doom.
Right? And that was like, so, they were kicking ass. So there's no shortage of wrestling people and people wanting to portray it well. But I guess just, it takes the back for them to be able to, enhance that and support that, right? I should have made some calls.
Yeah. Like, what is going on?
Yeah. I did all this and you ruined it.
We gotta go to the last moment.
Okay, yes.
And
let's see. I'm curious.
I think this match should be talked a lot more.
Okay, let's do it.
National anthem. As though that's going to help.
Trish Stratus with the figure eight.
She did.
Now look at the eyes of Charlotte Flair. Was she expecting this?
SummerSlam match. You versus Charlotte Flair. What a return.
It was pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
I got my ass kicked well. I mean, good. I mean, whatever. Okay, so I had a little, I went back for the Royal Rumble. Got a little taste, right? And then I went back for Evolution. And I was like, okay. And I was never, me and Amy tagging was perfect. We got to do our thing as partners because we love that. And it was cool for us to come back in that capacity. But I don't know. I just was like, I felt like, I was like, can I do this myself? Like, I want to see if I could go again and do a singles match. And it was really about an opportunity, right? So for me, preparedness meets opportunity. When I saw that like they were going to be at SummerSlam and it was going to be in Toronto, it just like all those things felt right. Like if, because like, everyone's like, are you going to return? And you can always say, yeah, I might, I don't know, we'll see. And I always do say if there's something that is challenging, exciting, fun for the fans, forwarding for the girls, I would definitely consider it. But this particular moment with like it was like I was literally sitting there in my living room and they were seeing, SummerSlam in 3 weeks or something. And I was like, I just had an epiphany. It was just like, I think if I'm going to go back, this would be like an ideal time to go back. Called Vince and said, so, what do you think if I came back and SummerSlam, Charlotte and conveniently, she was not doing anything at the moment, which was crazy. So she just happened to be available. So to get like one of the best wrestlers at that time, working at that moment, perfect, right?
How did you decide Charlotte Flair?
I just thought it would be a good stand-up of generations. I thought she was the best of her era. Some say. I'm not saying I'm saying. Some have said that before in the past. He did.
Obviously, I'm wearing this outfit.
He's sweating his ass off in his outfit not for nothing, okay? And I just, it was, I thought, I think it would be something fans would like to see. And also just understand the two generations facing off. I thought she was a great representative of this generation. I was of mine. And it worked. It was really great. I love, as always, that underdog Trish, that story. I like coming back as the underdog, being a little smaller than her, a lot smaller than her, and she was, she's done some great work at that point and really represented her era. Also, I thought the finish was something that I had suggested anyway. So I just felt like that's what it needed. I was, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Without saying too much, because, we're still in the wrestling world. So, you know what I'm saying? There's my awkward wink.
we know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. So I just felt that was the way to go with that.
Recently, we saw Becky Lynch versus Lita.
Yeah.
Deservingly so, she had the last match.
Oh, I was so happy. I was so happy to see it happen. It was just a fluke too that it happened, right? Because she went back for the Royal Rumble, and I wasn't filming Can's Got Talent, so I wasn't available to go back. So we were like, and we're excited we get to go back, because for us to do it together is always exciting. And I was like, oh man, that sucks. We're not gonna be able to do it together. So anyway, she went back. She did great at the Royal Rumble, and then when the opportunity came up, I was just like, it's perfect. Like it's such a, and of course against Becky again, it's like a Trish Charlotte, Becky Lita. You know what I mean? It was like, it just really felt right.
Charlotte was supposed to succeed, right? Like Trish was supposed to succeed. They both not only do the work, but like the extra credit work. But Becky was more the like, she wasn't supposed to make it. She was like bartending in New York and like doing, had like a wild journey to get to where she was. Stars just align. She sees the opportunity, and that's more how I see my journey.
And I know, especially with Becky looking towards Lita at one point, like looking at, as an inspiration, I thought it was perfect. I thought it was really perfect. She did amazing. She produced, she represented, and I was super proud of her. I was super excited watching her.
So it's you and then Lita.
Yeah.
Who from your era should get the next one last match?
One last. Who else should get? Jazz just got her last match, didn't she?
Right.
Yeah. Victoria,
I think so.
right? Victoria.
Let's
just get her in the Hall of Fame.
First,
If
let's
we're
do that.
talking about Victoria, let's just get her in the Hall of Fame. Can we do that? Can we work on that, please, people? 'Cause she
Yes,
needs to be in there.
Hashtag Victoria
Hashtag
Hall of Fame.
Victoria Hall of Fame. Let's do that. I know who should return.
Who?
Heel Trish.
I was actually just gonna ask you about that.
Yeah. Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Really?
Because I feel like you have some itch. You're talking about.
Sometimes I need to scratch it. I don't know.
You're talking about Sasha Banks for months.
Yeah.
You did that posing with Britt Baker.
Yep.
What is going on?
Oh, Becky Lynch and I kind of like had a little. We had a little buzz going there before our live events in Toronto, and got to smack the taste out of her mouth. So that was fun. She's a brat, though. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Heel Trish gotta come back.
Wouldn't it be fun?
The promo queen.
I didn't say it. He said it. His words.
Thank you so much for counting down top 5 underrated moment of Trish Stratus.
Thank you.
What would you say to your fans, including me, who are to this day diehard fan of you, love you, you're the legend? What do you want to tell the fans?
Well, couldn't have done it without everyone, right? The support that you guys and of course you wearing this outfit for me, sweating his ass off for me. It's everything. Honestly, the fans, and today, I'm here doing an autograph signing. I'm here meeting fans, and it's like they still care. I know it sounds funny, but it's it's been a lot of years since I even retired, 15 years plus, right? So just to see everyone's support still, and seeing everyone come out and still follow all my journeys and all the things I do, it's amazing. And then you look back and you obviously as a performer in the moment, you're just trying to do good that day, but you're creating a legacy, but you don't know it at the time. So when you come back and look everything and everything's in retrospect, then it makes you say, okay, I left an impression, I left a legacy, and it's thanks to your support, and even to continue being here today doing things like this, and to do it's thanks to you guys. So thank you so much, and thank you for wearing this outfit. Awesome. Thank you for wearing this outfit.